Hey, what's up? Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to talk about matte finishes. I know we've kind of had this chat before about the problems with them and why they're good for some applications but not others. So subsequent to me posting the video about various issues that you can have with matte finishes, I had someone or a couple people actually asking me if there are specific kinds of matte finishes, types, brands, anything like that that don't have those problems. And so my understanding of it is that that's kind of an inherent issue with the matte finish itself, is that it can polish out, like we talked about in that video. If you haven't seen it, maybe take a look at it if you're interested. So you can get that issue with rubbing, where your matte finish becomes basically a satin just from abrasion, and you also get that issue that occurs when the light goes through it and causes fading. So sometimes you'll see a car that looks like it's supposed to be matte black, and it looks kind of purple, and chances are it's just had some solar fading, some UV rays creating issues with it. So what you can get are matte clear coats that have better UV protection built into them, and those tend to be more expensive. Or you can use a nice gloss clear coat that has that UV protection and just put a matting agent in it. So in that instance, I mean, the UV protection should be there. It won't be as good as it would be with a gloss, because the light is still going to pass through it rather than reflecting off, so you're still not going to get that little bit of deflection that would add extra protection to it. It also is, although it's resistant to water presumably, it's not going to be as resistant to kind of the watermarks and stuff like that as a gloss would be, because the water won't run off it. So if you're using it for an outdoor application, that might be a concern, and the UV ray might also be a concern. As for the issue with it polishing out, I would think that a harder finish may be able to alleviate that slightly. However, I have never seen a matte finish that doesn't have that issue personally, so I wouldn't be comfortable telling you guys that there's a way around it, because I don't really think that there is. If you're going to use a lower quality matte finish, it's simply not going to have that hardness and that durability that a gloss might. So you'll notice that if you scratch it, you can see it a lot easier than if you try to scratch like a nice hard polyurethane coating on your guitar, which would do pretty much nothing. Particularly if you were trying to do it with like your fingernail or something. So basically what I'm getting at is there are maybe some things you can do to lessen some of those issues with matte finishes, but really I don't think you're ever going to get around them entirely. And that's why it might be in your best interest to consider maybe a satin or a semi-gloss or something like that, to kind of lessen those even further and avoid some of those more prevalent problems that you get when you go with a full matte. So I know that probably didn't help per se, particularly for those of you who are trying to find ways to use the matte finish, but hopefully that kind of allows you to make an informed decision, or at least as close as I can get you to being informed, assuming I'm right. And yeah, I hope that saves you some trouble down the road. So as always, thanks for watching. Please continue to ask your painting questions. I have a few of them stocked up here, so I'll be able to keep doing at least a few more of these videos. But keep them coming so that I can keep this series going. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good one.